When we think of staying warm through brutal winters, our minds go to wool blankets or thick sleeping bags. But during World War II, as armies froze in forests, bombed out cities, and wind-blasted fields, one unlikely material quietly outperformed them all. Soldiers swore by it when blankets froze stiff, when coats soaked through, and when nights were cold enough to kill. It wasn't high-tech, and it wasn't luxurious. It was ordinary, something almost forgotten today, yet once considered a lifesaver. That material was straw, and it kept men alive where woe failed. Before you scroll away, consider T's entire unit survived the bitter European winters, not by piling on more blankets, but by sleeping on stoofing wheat and surrounding themselves with straw. Let's explore why it worked, how soldiers used it, and why this simple trick still matters today. World War II exposed soldiers to some of the harshest winters of the century. In Russia, temperatures dropped below -30 degrees Celsius, freezing weapons, water, and flesh. During the Battle of the Bulge, frostbite casualties rivaled combat losses. Wool blankets absorbed moisture, turning heavy and useless. Sleeping bags, when soaked, froze solid. What soldiers needed was insulation that stayed dry, was light, and easy to find. Straw met all of those needs. It was everywhere, scattered across barns, fields, and villages. Soldiers gathered it whenever they could, stuffing it into coats, boots, and even helmets. Where blankets failed, straw held the heat. The secret wasn't in the material itself, it was in the air it trapped. Warmth doesn't come from fabric weight. It comes from trapped air. Wet blankets compress and lose their insulating loft. But straw, stiff and hollow, holds its shape, even when damp, keeping air pockets intact. Those pockets slowed the escape of body heat and turned straw into a powerful natural barrier against the cold. A soldier lying directly on snow lost precious warmth through conduction, as the ground pulled heat from his body. But a thick layer of straw just a few inches created a thermal barrier, keeping the warmth in and the cold out. When soldiers stuffed straw into their coats, they were, in effect, wrapping themselves in nature's insulation, bulky, but far warmer than thin wool. Across Europe, soldiers came up with clever ways to use it. They filled their greatcoats with straw to make crude winter gear. They lined boots with it when socks were wet, and when socks were gone, straw replaced them entirely. They spread it on floors for bedding, packed it into bunker walls to block drafts, even mixed it with mud to build warmer, sturdier shelters. Those who ignored these methods often suffered frostbite. Those who embraced them endured the cold. And the truth is, this old wartime hack still works. For survivalists, campers, or anyone caught outdoors in freezing weather, straw remains a simple, reliable insulator. If you ever find yourself without modern gear, build a straw bed 6 to 8 inches thick. You'll notice the difference immediately. Piled more straw on top, and the trapped air pockets will do the work of a blanket. You can even use it in your clothing. Stuff dry straw between your jacket layers, or inside your boots if your socks are soaked. Change it regularly, and your body will stay warmer, longer. Even simple shelters get a huge boost from straw-lined walls or roofs. The same principle applies. Straw bales are cheap, durable, and They last, they insulate, and they might just save your life in an emergency. The lesson behind this forgotten wartime trick is clear. Survival depends less on fancy equipment and more on understanding the basics. Straw wasn't issued by the military. It wasn't glamorous or designed for war, but it worked sometimes better than what engineers had built. It shows that true resilience comes from knowledge, knowing how to use what the environment gives you. For historians, straw represents the ingenuity of soldiers adapting farm waste into survival tools. For survivalists, it's a timeless example of practical wisdom. And for all of us, it's a reminder that even the simplest materials can carry immense value when conditions turn harsh. So while wool blankets and sleeping bags fill the stories of wartime hardship, it was the forgotten insulator that often outperformed them all. Its hollow stems trapped air, resisted compression, and kept countless soldiers alive through winters that claimed thousands. Today, it's more than a relic of the past. It's a reminder that survival isn't just about equipment, it's about knowledge, creativity, and the ability to see value in the simplest things. If you found this story of forgotten World War II survival wisdom valuable, subscribe to In the Beginning for more deep dives into the skills and ideas that shaped history. Share this with fellow history buffs and survival enthusiasts and help keep this knowledge alive for future generations.